Hiya! Welcome to LSB Feasters radio channel, where we keep great radio from the past alive. Today we're going to New York City and Imus in the morning. Imus was crotchety, Imus was cantankerous, but at times Imus was really funny. Imus was a very interesting listen throughout the years. Imus in the morning started out in California, eventually worked its way to New York in 1971, and it ran for years and years and years, well, with a little bit of time off for good behavior back in 1977. But 1979, Imus came back to New York, did his thing, and eventually, even as the station changed from top 40 to sports, when it was sold, Imus stayed with the station. When WFAN let him go, he eventually worked his way over to WABC, and that's where he ended his career. And while he was there in the final several days of the show, he really opened up about himself, about his family, about the history of the show itself. And it was some fascinating and sometimes just tough listening, especially when we would talk about things like his brother Fred dying and his split with Charles McCord and other things that happened through the years. So we're going to share another air check from Imus's final days on 77 WABC New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, Imus in the morning.
I guess it's too late to try to jump back on that Trump bandwagon. You know, Roseanne did 18 million people. Come on, girl. Huh? Yeah. For a Tuesday night sitcom, are you kidding me?
And it was great.
Sure.
10% higher than her finale when she went off the air back in the...
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. First of all, she's funny. And the people would be liking my Trump. Well, don't try that, my Trump, you bastard. And Bernie and Sid have booked my Trump for the first day of the second or what?
Well, it's not booked yet, but Hope Hicks did get back to Bernard yesterday.
Yeah.
But Hope Hicks is she officially gone now, Bernie? Is that it?
Well, I heard this morning on the news that yesterday was her last full day.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we have to wait and see.
She is the only pipeline.
Right.
I predict there'll be some motorboating
Oh, baby.
with blubber titties
Motorboat.
with Bernie and Sid. That's what I'm talking about.
It is true, though, that Trump wants to come on with us
Yeah.
to actually thank you. Is that
Sure.
all right, Bernie?
That is true.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's very true.
Man, he better. Right.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. So, you know, I'm not quite sure what to do here. So, now at 7:05 this morning, I have to talk to you a little bit, but at 7:05, Lou and I are going to play. I'm going to play the first song ever played on the radio. So, some of you know what that is, and you may know what it is, but I think.
Hey, you better tell me. I don't know what it is.
Just imagine if we guessed it.
What do you think it is? You guess. What do you think it is, Guns?
Either a Willie Nelson or maybe a Guns N' Roses, just to go out with a bang.
First song.
In the 60s?
remember,
Guns N'
it was-
Roses?
Oh, I thought the final song we're walking out to.
Remember, it was June 1st. It was June 1st, 1968.
Got to be the Beatles.
No.
Steppenwolf.
Greensleeves.
Greensleeves.
Great song. Great
Remember, it was a rock and roll radio station, Palmdale, California,
Eat purple, baby.
KUTY.
Elvis?
Give us a hint.
The Rascals.
No, I'm going to give you nothing.
Nothing.
Screw you.
Dion?
What are you talking
Frank
about?
Zappa.
Is it a really good song, or is it something that you like but not necessarily everybody liked?
No, it's a hit record. At
Oh,
the
hit
time.
record.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I got a job at a rock and roll radio station. It was my first day. It was a Saturday. I wasn't deciding then what the playlist was.
Gotcha.
It took about a week. Then I said, let's play what I want to play.
That's right. That's
That's from Frank Zappa. You know, Frank Zappa and Captain Beefheart, the Palmdale and Lancaster are two cities that merged together now and even sort of did then. And they both lived in Lancaster, California. Frank, and he'd come over, hang out at the station with the I-Man. doing that. Remember that the program director was, well, what's his old Jerry Stevens? Wonder whatever happened to him. Should have got Bo Dietl of. Well, you could track him down, I guess. But they got to be. Well, I'm 77. Problem is, a lot of these people are dead. You know the stuff that's been said about me the past. There's great columns and the Anthony Mason, CBS, and all that stuff. That's ordinarily what they say. Probably will say again when I die. So I got the benefit.
That's right.
Of all of these wonderful things people have said about me, all pretty much true, by the way. And I'm still here to cash in. Well, no, that's a wrong phrase. Not to shop this book that the Lobster's doing. No, that would be crass. I'm in. For you to do a memoir with an accompanying CD of all the best stuff from all the years.
Wow.
Here in the Hamilton Morning Program.
Oh, boy. Here we
you
go.
do that, I mean?
Here we go. Oh, boy.
Would you do a memoir, and in that memoir, be a CD with, like, your first day at NBC? Would you do that, I mean? I can't believe you'd do that.
Wow.
And sell that to people and keep the money. Hey, for that bus. Still don't have my bus yet, so I'm not going to buy my bus myself.
No?
I could, but I'm not going to.
Who's going to chip in with you?
Well, they should just give him one.
I don't know yet.
They should just give him one.
It's the I-Man.
The I-Man.
Well, no, they're not going to.
They have showers on them now, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they're huge. Yeah.
Massage
They're
rooms,
unbelievable.
Asians.
They're like the suite at the Four Seasons.
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
Curtis should have one.
I had a bus with Yogi. Yogi used to drive. Used to drive Harry Connick. Used to drive Tom Petty mostly. Yogi did. I still talk to Yogi once in a while, not very often, but.
Who's Yogi? You know, I
The
thought you meant
driver, bus driver.
Oh, I thought it was Yogi Berra. I swear to God.
Yogi lives in Florida. Looks like Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, okay.
Drives a bus with shower shoes. But anyway, or no, he drives the bus barefoot. Come on now. And
That sounds safe.
the bus is unbelievable. Oh man, there are these Prevost buses. Google them. They're about $2 million. And you rolling on down Highway 61 to one of them bad boys. Oh God, well, that's what I'm going to be doing. So, but
Where are you going to go? What's the destination? What's the? What is going to
all these rodeos.
All the rodeos. Awesome.
This is a full-time deal. I don't think you understand how. Well, you don't. But,
don't get it, man.
rodeos,
But that's just the weekends, right? During the week he's in school.
Rodeo's a big deal. He's got his schedule, so he goes to school Monday night, Tuesday, and Thursday. And then the rest of the time he's either practicing or it's kind of, the problem with Rice University is they actually make you go to school.
Yeah.
But now and then he practices, then he goes to rodeos. So he hasn't turned pro yet because he can't. He's made enough money, more than enough, to turn pro. But he can't go to enough rodeos because he has to go to school. So, what she's smart to do is particularly Rice University. Come on, man. Anyway, what's going on in the world, Bernie? Let me know about that.
Well, as you mentioned, boss, one of the biggest stories is the fact that TV show, the aforementioned Roseanne, did so well in the ratings. But some details on it, the top TV markets where Roseanne really came in, where she did well was where Trump won in the election. For example, Tulsa in Oklahoma, Trump won 65.3% of the vote. That show was number one in Tulsa. Then you had Cincinnati, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri. And to give you another example, in New York City, it wasn't even in the top 20. In Los Angeles, it wasn't even in the top 30. Roseanne. And but anyway, here's just one more clip from the Roseanne show illustrating the whole. Well, just take a listen.
I should have tried to understand why you voted the crazy way that you did.
And I should have understood that, you want the government to give everybody free health care because you're a good-hearted person who can't do simple math.
That's
funny.
Stuff like that. So that was Roseanne. So congratulations to her.
She has the benefit of showing up and you already laugh. I mean, it's like the great comedians. Like the great comedians. They walk out on the stage, and you already know they're going to be funny.
Yeah.
And that's her.
And our cast. I mean, you always talk about the surrounding cast. I mean, it's an amazing. John Goodman is one of the great TV fathers of all time. He really is. He's so believable. Just fat.
Ornery.
You surround yourself with people who are funnier and better than you are, and you wind up being me. And that's what I've done. So you're right about that. It's a great cast she has. Bernie, continue.
And speaking of the president, he another switch in the cabinet, the Department of Veterans Affairs. He gave the boot to some guy, an Obama leftover named David Shulkin, who was the VA secretary. Something involving him, and he was spending a lot of money, taking his wife on trips or something. Whatever it was, he ended up appointing his own personal physician, this guy, Admiral Ronnie Jackson is the guy's name, and Ronnie Jackson, he was the guy who said that with Trump's genes, he might live to be 200 or something, despite eating cheeseburgers and all that stuff.
Oh.
Anyway, some Democratic lawmakers, like this guy, Senator Chris Coons, he's wondering about the revolving door policy there at the White House. Listen to Senator Coons.
It is concerning to me that the president is increasingly seeming to manage his cabinet more like this is a reality TV show than like it is a serious leadership
Hey, honey,
effort
can you come up and get
on behalf
that
of the
copy
interests of
for
the
me?
United States.
Yeah. Send a printer now.
Yeah. That was Chris Coons, everybody.
Well, I was trying to talk to my wife because
we get it.
he didn't send a copy to me.
No, okay.
Not that I'm going to read it anyway, but I might. You never know what I might do.
Nobody knows, actually.
Oh, look at this cute little kid.
Who's that?
Your son.
I know he woke up
He's
at
so
4
cute.
a.m. Thank you.
Oh, Gaby.
Oh.
He woke up at 4 a.m. He wanted to say thank you to the I-Man for all he's done for his daddy.
Get out of here, really?
At Disney. He said, Mommy, take a picture, send it to Imus. Swear to God.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that
hilarious.
sweet? Gabriel wanted to thank you for all you've done for his dad. Well, Gabriel, he's not really your dad, honey.
It's impossible. With a kid looking like that, right?
That was a man who came to the house when Daddy was in rehab.
Oh, God.
And he flicked Mommy.
You know, I-Man, don't laugh. I have often wondered. He looks nothing like me. I was Mom, yes. But,
Well, you don't have to wonder anymore.
no. He loves the
I
I-Man.
don't even.
Well, I wouldn't wonder about it. Man, you got one of the great women ever. I mean, I got the other one, but I mean,
Thank you.
that's a great woman. Her.
Just go with
And
it.
what were you saying now, Bernie?
Well, listen, boss, there's also some ugliness out there. Protests out in California. They continued yesterday ahead of the funeral of this guy named Stephen Clark, the unarmed black man who was killed by Sacramento police. The civil rights attorney, this guy named Benjamin Crump, he says the Clark family doesn't believe there will be a thorough investigation of this shooting. Listen to him.
Day after they executed Stephon Clark, they then came and said the reason they had to do that was because he had a gun. And then they tried to allege that he had a crowbar. Finally, they had to admit all he had was a cell phone. The family of Stephon Clark doesn't trust anything that comes from the Sacramento Police Department.
So they were actually.
I wonder why they don't, huh?
And then they turned their body cams off.
Yeah.
The cops muted their body cams.
They muted the body cams, right?
Shot him in his backyard.
In his grandmother's backyard.
Okay.
Oh, you know, I just got a nice little note here from Anthony Mason.
Oh, nice.
He said, I was listening the day you went on the air in 1971 at WNBC, and I'm listening today.
All right.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
That is very cool.
Sweet.
I came across Sunday, too, that he really likes you.
Oh, he's, when we started booking him, I couldn't believe what a great guest he was.
Yeah.
You know, and the whole music thing with him?
Yep.
Oh, no, come on. And he's a great journalist. We'll know that, so. And,
Did you hear from everybody else at the station yet? I know Curtis sent you something last night. He sent it to me.
yes, I did. I got phone messages. I didn't take any of
All
them.
right,
but,
good.
No way.
Good.
but
How dare they?
But I, you know, I can't go into any detail, and I'm not going to. But Chad Lopez, who's he's been through oh God, he's really been through a lot here. We all know.
Yep.
Oh, and it's not, I'm not keeping anything from you. It's just, it's just so personal. I can't do it. But, so that's fine. But I'm not looking for anything. I work for a lot of people, and they're one of them. That's all. It's nothing. The great people I work for.
That's sweet.
Well, no, I'm not going to stop being honest now.
No. Are you kidding?
But the great people I work for were Jack Thayer and Bob Sherman and the God Mel Karmazin. Mel Karmazin?
Big shoes. Big shoes.
Huh?
Big shoes.
Big shoes. Come on, dude.
Come on. Those are massive.
And I loved Fareed Suleiman.
Oh.
I have any idea what the hell he was doing. He did when it came to crunching numbers, but no, I've worked for the greats. So I like Les Moonves too, by the way.
Oh yeah,
He was a decent American, a decent human being, a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I loved to death Roger Ailes. So I never saw any of that, and I'm sure. And it sickens me that it happened and that he did that, apparently. But my wife loved him, and so did I. So, and I don't know. I'm not going to make any excuses. Nobody asked me to, and I don't need to. So,
somebody called us yesterday, and it was really good because everybody knows that. Yeah, the Mets were a big deal. Mike the Mad Dog was a big deal, but the fan only was the fan because of you. That's the bottom line, because of you. And then somebody called me and Bernie yesterday, and they were right. They said, not just the fan. What about when Imus got to MSNBC? And they started kicking everybody's ass every morning. And Fox Business. Even the simulcast in both of those places. You made those stations.
Oh, the fan was failing.
Well, the fan was done.
I was there for a year before.
But even on the TV side, on the TV side, Louis, MSNBC, Fox, I'm in there too.
Yep.
They followed the same model.
Yes.
Savior.
you know what I never did on television? Forgot that I was on the radio.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that I never looked at the camera at MSNBC or Fox? That I never stopped talking to you. Did you know that?
None of those mugshot smiles, little corner of the mouth.
Yeah, the fake hey.
I'm talking to you. Hey, listeners.
I'll talk a little bit about that coming up, by the way.
That's true.
At 7:05 this morning Eastern Time, Lou's going to play the first record I ever played on the radio at KUTY in Palmdale. So, and then I'll talk to you a little bit. See what? How do you say that, Bernie?
We're going to see what happened.
Yeah. So, have any more news?
Yes, boss. We
got to do some spots.
We have spots to do. Come on.
And then we'll get back and do that.
We don't have all day here.
I'll be loving me. Dagan McDowell tried to get me involved in this guy, and I wouldn't pay attention to her, and I should have. Sturgill Simpson.
Imus in the morning on 77 WABC.
Maybe you've heard me talking about MediShare, but now I give you my friend Sherry.
Yes, I have loved MediShare. Loved it.
Is that all you have to say? Because this will be really short.
No, I really do love it. I've saved hundreds a month, and overall, I just think it's a better choice of a healthcare program for me.
Neat Heat can be found at Home Depot or online at homedepot.com. For more information, go online to getneatheat.com.
Now also available at Lowe's.
Folks, you want to feel good? You want to look good? Of course you do. It's springtime. And NJ Diet can help you get to that level using blood work, hair, saliva, and NJ Diet's natural bioenergetically personalized formulas. Patients typically lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. If not, NJ Diet is contractually obligated to give you money back. NJ Diet utilizes DNA testing to determine your ideal diet plans, workout plans, eating behaviors, each person's specific needs for essential vitamins, plus many more metabolic factors. They're all assessed genetically to make sure you keep it off and stay healthy for the rest of your life. This personalized genetic information can always be used by any of your healthcare providers down the line to help make critical decisions regarding your health. And, of course, NJ Diet All Natural. No shots, no hormones, no surgery. Locations abound, folks. New Jersey, Manhattan, Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, and now with a new office in Princeton, New Jersey. Doctor supervision is provided every single step of the way. So call today, 855-5NJ-DIET, or log on to njdiet.com to learn how you can lose 20 to 50 pounds in only 40 days. The number, 855-5NJ-DIET. The website, njdiet.com.
Thank you very much, Bernie.
Yes, sir, boss.
Trying to keep from coughing. I'll cough a little bit, but whatever. The pollen here. Well, Dad and I, I'm in the nascent stages of emphysema and all that, but I'm all right. So, I'm going to be out there on my bus. That's what I'm going to be. Anyway, I wanted to mention, too, there's, I'm sort of unsure how to approach all this. I need to talk to you, and I will. Shortly after 7 o'clock, well, I'm talking to you now, but I didn't want to mention Bo Dietl and what a role he and his company really have played in my life. And, every background check of everybody I've ever hired, particularly at the Imus Cattle Ranch for Kids with Cancer, his company did the background check on. And it was like you were trying to get into the White House. It's that kind of background check. So, and then anytime anybody ever threatened me, or anytime I ever had a problem with anybody or anything, we took care of that, and we will continue to take care of it. So he knows how much he knows how much I love him because I told him so. But he's crazy and he sounds goofy, but man, he's not. So, and there were just all these great people in my life. And weren't we doing the news or something?
Yes, we were, boss.
Yeah. Do we have more news to do?
Yeah, sure we do, boss.
Well, let's need to go on about all these people, do I? No.
Well, that's nice.
Well,
I didn't want to mention Bo.
Yeah. That man's last day.
All right.
Bo Dietl, right. Now, listen, on CNN, they're still going after, they're obsessing on the Stormy Daniels thing no matter what happens. And this attorney, Mark Garagos, back from OJ fame.
Michael Jackson, too.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, he told them that, listen, you guys are barking up the wrong tree. Anyway, play cut 4. This is what he told CNN's Brooke Baldwin. Kind of awkward.
I think that most people are more concerned with other things, especially in this case where she's come out and said that it was a consensual relationship. She's not a victim, and most people don't understand why we're dealing with something like this 13 years after the fact. Then you take a look at that 60 Minutes interview, and it reminded me of Geraldo in the Vault.
Geraldo in the Vault?
Well, I don't think that's necessary. Taking a shot at my boy.
No.
It's funny.
Yeah,
another person that we all ought to mention is Patrick. Who's talking? Was that you, Guns?
Sure. No. Yes. Bernie. I was going to say, Bernie we both agreed that we had heard that line before. Yeah.
So. What line?
Oh, the Geraldo in the Vault line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway. Another guy we can't forget is Patrick Gotch. You remember when I came back to ABC, we came back on television at RFT. That's Patrick Gotch's channel, the rural. That's what we were on there.
How long were you on RFT?
I don't know.
3 years?
No.
Remember Bernie?
No. About a year.
That was it? About a year?
Yeah. If that.
Well, he let me out of my deal to go to Fox.
Oh, that's right. Right.
And then, RFT now has become enormously successful. Patrick Gotch is the guy who puts on the American. The $2 million one-day rodeo. That's him. And the Cowboy Channel is his.
Wow.
Oh, he's trying to get me to be the voice of the Cowboy Channel. Get that bus, baby.
Do it.
Get that bus, do it. Come on now.
So you were really the first, not to pat yourself on the back for the next hour, but you should. You were really the first radio show to have great success as a simulcast at the same time, right?
Yes.
Jeez.
No doubt.
I was the first guy to make $1 million. First guy to make $10 million. First guy to make $20 million.
Wow.
So, you know.
A lot of broken glass ceilings.
Yeah. A lot.
But a lot of help along the way, but, well, we'll get to who was the biggest help coming up.
You know, by the way, they're having a big breakfast here, man, coming up at 9 o'clock this morning for all your guys. A going-away breakfast.
It's very
Kinda
nice.
Like the Last Supper for Jesus.
Well, we actually don't know if there's food involved. There might not be food. It might just be a farewell.
It's a bag lunch.
An apple.
He's just on the way home.
Help us out with some. Take some coffee with you.
25 till the hour. Time for a little sports down here with Addison Rosenberg. What's going on, son?
Morning, It's actually a big sports day today. It's Imus Day, of course, but it's also opening day of Major League Baseball. It is actually the 6th time every team will play the first day, not the first. It's been about 50 years, but big game in Queens, 1:10 this afternoon. The Cardinals and the Mets. Noah Syndergaard on the mound for the Mets, and the Yankees. They open in Toronto at 3:30 this afternoon. Luis Severino on the mound for the Bombers.
I might watch that. I might watch both those games.
Yeah, they're both
Could
on.
happen. Could
Yeah,
happen.
Why not? And the Astros, your team, won the World Series last year. They're in action as well today, just like everybody else. NBA last night, the Knicks lost by 17 to the 76ers. The Cavaliers and LeBron James get a big win, beat the Hornets by 13 in Charlotte. And the Lakers, playing much better basketball, they win again. They beat the Mavericks by 10. John Mara comes out yesterday and says, hey, calm down. We still love Odell Beckham Jr. Not trading him yet. But Odell was seen in Los Angeles yesterday. He wants to go to the Rams. And now the talk is the Giants, if they can get 2 first-round picks, they would, in fact, trade Odell Beckham to the Rams. This comes, my source for this is Mike Gunzelman.
Oh, great.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is a bombshell.
Sign him up.
Where'd you get this from?
Pretty credible.
I got my people. I know a lot, baby.
Carly Shimkus?
I do love Carly, but no.
Whatever she says, yeah?
Yeah, I'll completely agree with her. Whatever she says, I'm all for it.
Yeah, my pants suck. Okay, you're
You
right.
know what was funny yesterday was when when Wyatt and Bernie were doing the NFL draft stuff. That was hilarious yesterday.
Well,
wasn't that great?
Yes, it was.
We're going to team up on satellite radio to do a football show.
You'll go on Twitch.
There really is no other news. One more piece of news. LeBron James, did time Michael Jordan, an NBA all-time record. He's now gone 866 straight games where he has scored at least 10 points. LeBron James.
Wow.
Amazing.
On 23 till the hour, here's Dave Edmonds. I love this record. Come on now, Dave.
You think it, he says it. Imus in the morning on 77 WABC.
What is it costing you in vet bills for that convenience of just pulling open a bag of
formulated, extruded, processed cereal bits